What's up, everyone? This is Mr. Lee Redden here. Welcome to episode 10 of the Rags to Riches series with Real Oviedo. The season is now over, so let's get straight into the fixtures to see how we did. So the last game was a 2-1 defeat at home to Marino. Next game was another home game against Guadalajara, and unfortunately it ended in a 2-0 defeat. A goal in the second minute by Azcora put Guadalajara 1-0 up, and then Franz Sol made it 2-0 just added on time in the first half. They did miss, Saceta missed a penalty for him in the 84th minute, but unfortunately just was not the result we wanted. It was on TV again against Guadalajara, who were one of the strong teams in the division. They actually got relegated from the Segunda last season. And their difference showed really. They finished with 13 shots to 8 in their favour, 8 shots to 4 on target in their favour, and 53% to 47% in my favour for possession. Just a pity we couldn't actually do anything with it. We then bounced back from that result by beating Noja 1-0 away from home. Manu Busto scoring the only goal 2 minutes into the game. So we got back on track quite quickly. They actually beat me 3-2 at home in the first set of fixtures. It was 8 shots each, 3-1 on target in my favour, and then 56 to 44% possession in their favour. I then unfortunately lost another game on TV. Took a bit of a pasting at Albacete. Diego Saraivo put me 1-0 up in the first minute, but then Pepe Fionbain, I think is how you say it, equalised for them in the 15th minute, and that's how it went in extra time. But unfortunately they just took control in the second half. Martin scored on the hour mark, Tete 5 minutes later making it 3-1, and then Miguel Nunez rounded it off to give Albacete a 4-1 win. Pure dominance, to be fair, 14 shots to 6. 8 on targets are there, 2, and 51 to 49% possession. I then went and had a third game live on TV, home to Leganés, and unfortunately they were on the receiving end of quite a big hammering after the Albacete game. As you can see, 6-2. Diego Saraivo gave me the lead in the 22nd minute. Sergio Leon actually equalised in the 30th minute for them. 10 minutes later, Diego Saraivo made it 2-1 in the 39th minute. 60 seconds later, completed his hat-trick. 2 minutes later, made it 4-1 to us and his 4th goal. And we were 4-1 up at half-time. An 18-minute hat-trick for Saraivo there, and then 3 goals in 3 minutes as well. And in the second half, Manu Busto made it 5-1 in the 57th minute. Roberto Betrez pulled one back for them in the 75th, but Saraivo finished off the scoring with a 91st minute goal to make it 6-2 and finished the game with 5 goals. Not surprising, he had a rating of 10 with, how do you say that? Gensagulo 9.1, I think that's how you say it. Stats wise, 17 to 3. 10 shots to 6 on target in my favour, so we scored 6 of the 10 we had on target. Makes a change. Possession was 53 to 47. Those goals for Saraivo obviously meant he set the record for most goals in the game. We followed the Leganés game up with a 3-2 home win against Getafe's B team. Manu Busto put me 1-0 up. Alvaro Arroyo equalised for Getafe B in the 36th minute. Mustafi made it 2-1 in the 40th. Arturo equalised 2 minutes later to make it 2-2, and that's how it was at half time. And then with 10 minutes to go, Gonstagulo made it 3-2. We did unfortunately lose David Fernandez to injury in this half, but he wasn't having that much of a good game, to be honest. But we ended up winning 3-2 to make it 2 wins on the trot. 14 shots to 12, 4 to 3 on target in my favour. Possession is 58 to 42. We then followed that up with a 2-1 away win at Rayo Vallecano's B team. Xavi Cesares scored his first goal for a while in the 3rd minute, and Manu Busto made it 2-0 5 minutes before half time, and that's how it was when we went in. And in the 63rd minute, Antonio Rana's penalty for Rayo B. Pulled one back for him, but that is how it's finished, 2-1 to us. So it's 3 wins on the spin. 8 shots to 4 in my favour, 3 each on target. Possession was 51 to 49 in their favour. The next game was a 3-3 draw at home to Sanze. Very disappointed with this game because David Sands actually put Sanze 1-0 up in the 26th minute. 10 minutes later, or 12 minutes later, Xavi Cesares equalised for us, and then 4 minutes later and a couple of minutes before half time, Mustafi put us 2-1 up, and that's how it was at half time. Cesares then made it 3-1 after 5 minutes after half time, and hopefully we were going to go and finish him off, but unfortunately we didn't. David Vidal equalised with 15 minutes to go, and then with 4 minutes to go he then pulled one back for Sanze to make it 3-3, and that is how it's finished. I was really disappointed to go 3-1 up and then throw it away, especially as the table was quite close going into the final couple of games, and especially when you look at those stats: 13-6 for shots, 9-4 on target in my favour. I had a third of mine go in and they had 3/4 of theirs goes in, which was really annoying, especially with possession of 61 to 39. We then followed that up with a quite comprehensive 4-1 home win against Conquense. Pepe Diaz put me 1-0 up in the 15th minute. 20 minutes later and 10 minutes before half time, Manu Busto made it 2-0, and that's how it was going into half time. Ivan Rubio then made it 3-0 5 minutes after half time. Jonathan pulled one back for Conquense with 15 minutes to go, but Diego Sareva went straight up the other end to make it 4-1, and that is how it's finished. So we had 19 shots to 14 in our favour, 9-3 on target, and 54 to 46 possession wise. So we went into the last game requiring just a point away to Rennes to guarantee the playoff place. What I didn't actually realise until the actual game was about to start was that it was actually Orense who were the team 3 points behind us. So I know in Spain it doesn't go on goal difference like it does over here, because if that was the case I would have actually got pretty much been guaranteed it, because my goal difference was about 20 goals better than theirs. It obviously goes on head to head, so I had a quick check at the score at my place and I actually won it 2-0. So I think the only way Orense would have gone above me is if they'd won 3-0. I think that's how it works. What didn't help was that quite early in the first half my keeper scored I think his second own goal of the season in the 31st minute. But luckily for us, Pepe Diaz pulled one back straight away to make it 1-1. We went in at half-time 1-1. Ruben Malero made it a little dodgy by scoring for them 3 minutes after half-time. Luckily for us, though, with 20 minutes to go, Diaz scored his second of the game to make it level 2-2. So I think going there, they basically, Orense would have needed 3 goals in the last 20 minutes. Because I think if they'd won 4-2, then we both would have won 1 game each. That would have been 4 goals, 4 and 4 against. So we would level there, and then I think it then goes to goal difference. And obviously mine's a lot better than theirs. But we held on to it. Even Rubio got injured in added on time, which was disappointing. But we held on to 2-2 to get the point we needed and qualify for the playoffs for the second season running. So it's 11 shots to 9 in Orense's favour. 7 shots to 5 on target, and 51 to 49% possession in their favour. So that guaranteed us the playoffs again for the second season running. As you can see, the draws are already all set up, but what I'll do is I'll look at the tables first for the all the divisions. I went on the wrong one, so league table. So as expected, Albacete won the league in the end and qualified for the winners playoffs. Guadalajara, Atletico B and myself make it into the second section of playoffs. In the second division B, I'm going to have to do this for everyone, which is going to be annoying. Alaves won are the champions playoff. Gymnastique, Sesto and Amaretta are the I think it's the second section playoffs. I'm not actually sure what they called actually. Let's have a look. second phase, quite simple. So in the third division B, Barcelona's B team won the league, which could be interesting. Sabadell, the team that got relegated with Guadalajara, Alcoyano and Ontinyent, I think is how you say it, qualify for the second phase playoffs. And then the second division B, oh god, wrong one, was won by Cartagena. And in my section you have Cadiz, Xerez and Melilla. I think that's how you say it. Is it Melilla? Melilla, or is it Melilla? Might be one of them. But basically the three teams that, or the four teams that got, is it four? I think it's four. The four teams that were relegated from the Segunda division, I believe, are actually in the playoffs. Yep, Xerez, Sabadell, Guadalajara in mine, and Barcelona's B team are in the winners section. So excellently, we are in the playoffs again. What I'll do is now is I will go. What I'll do is actually I'll do the playoff draw, or I'll do this winners draw, and then I'll go through some of the other leagues and all that, and then the final thing before the end of the video will be the draw for my playoff first round. So I'll start this one off. We'll do a little bit of a live draw here because there's only 4 games. So we've got Albacete playing Cartagena and Alaves Barcelona B. I'd say Barcelona B have been quite strong this season. I would say it's going to be them and Albacete which will take the two-legged games, and I think they'll probably go up. So that's the draw for ours. I won't do a draw for the winners. I won't do ours. I'll go and look at the major leagues. I'll look at all the top divisions, maybe some Champions League, and with it being 2014, we'll have a look at the draw for the World Cup. Maybe go through the qualifiers and see who's there first. But we'll start with the overview of the leagues. We'll go with England first. So Man U have won the league, with Man City in second. Stoke are third somehow. What the hell? Jesus Christ. They've not got a Champions League spot, even though they're 4 points clear of Liverpool. That must mean someone round here is actually in the final. And we got Watford and Forest going down, and then one of 4 teams between Wigan, West Brom, Southampton and Fulham for the final place. Championship, Reading, Burnley going up. Swansea, who got relegated, are somehow in Europe again. They must have won a League Cup. Coventry, Barnsley, Doncaster going down. League 1, Brentford, Huddersfield going up. Rotherham, Yeovil, Port Vale, Scunny going down. League 2, Leyton Orient, Exeter, Plymouth. 2 West Country sides, Barnet and Accrington. I'm not going to do the lower leagues of the other ones. It's just obviously with this being England and the fact that I'm a Bristol City supporter, I want to see how we're getting on there. Obviously a little better in real life, even though I am recording this a couple of days after being Rovers in the JPT. Finally getting revenge after 6 years, which is nice. So we'll go to France, Ligue 1. Lyon are champions, I think. Yep, Lyon champions with PSG and Marseille going into the Champions League. Montpellier, Valenciennes, I think is how you say, and Evian getting the Europa Leagues. Saint Etienne going down with Nantes. That's interesting. Bundesliga, Bayern winning the league. Schalke, Dortmund, Leverkusen into Champions League. And Gladbach and HSV into Europe, possibly one other, either Cologne or Frankfurt by the looks of it. Serie A, Juve won the league. Yep, Juve have won the league with Inter, Napoli in the Champions League, and Roma, Bologna in Europe. AC Milan when missing out on Europe, blimey, with Lazio. Ascoli, Spezia, Pescara going down. And then we'll go to Spain now. Do a bit more of Spain, considering we're obviously because we're the fact that we're in Spain. We'll have a look a bit more detail. So we've got Girona and Celta Vigo relegated, and then it's going between Las Palmas, Mallorca, Valladolid, Elche and Levante for the final spot. I'd say Levante and Elche are alright, to be fair. I think it's just going to be between Las Palmas and Mallorca probably. We've then got Madrid, champions, Sevilla in second, Barca in third, and Valencia taking the Euro Champions League spots. Sociedad, Malaga, Atletico, I think will take Europe depending on the Copa del Rey winners, which I think is actually Real Madrid, because I think we had an El Clasico final. I think it may have been a bit boring because there was one in the extra time. So we got, with 5 games to go, it's quite tight in some places. Villarreal and Zaragoza guaranteed their playoff spots. I think if Villarreal win the next game, they actually go up. Deportivo have guaranteed their spot. Murcia get a point, they've guaranteed theirs as well. Castilla, Real Madrid's B team, Huseca, Salamanca, who actually won my division last year, and Eibar are in the relegation zone, but as you can see, you've got 4 points separating Eibar and Salamanca in 20th to Numancia and Lugo in 14th and 15th, so I'd say Alcorcón may be safe, but anyone below that is looking dodgy, and obviously below that is my divisions. So Real Madrid did win the Copa del Rey, actually beating Barcelona on penalties, so I thought they had a last minute winner. Valencia won the Super Cup beating Levante, and surprisingly actually Barcelona B lost the Federation Cup final to La Roda 4-2. So I was quite surprised at that, to be honest. Under 19s, I won't worry about that, to be honest. Let's have a look at the Champions League. So Man U and Porto in the final, which I think is why Stoke haven't been guaranteed. Oh no, should be in Europe then, to be honest. Stoke, not quite sure what hasn't changed yet, unless I'm blatantly missing something here. UEFA Cup, Tottenham and Chelsea, that's possibly why then. Let's have a look. So Tottenham are actually in Europe in the league positions. Chelsea are just out. So actually, I'm not too sure why Stoke haven't been guaranteed that yet, to be honest. Actually, I think it's because Arsenal have got a game in hand. Yeah, Arsenal have got a game in hand. So if they don't pick up maximum points in their games at Everton and home to Newcastle, Stoke will actually guarantee Champions League. I've actually just noticed Stoke's last game is actually Man U, so that'd be interesting. So let's have a quick look at the World Cup qualifiers. So we got in Africa, so we got Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Tunisia, and the Ivory Coast qualifying for your World Cup. Most of the teams you'd probably expect there, to be honest, apart from maybe Cameroon actually being Egypt, which was that's a bit of a surprise. Asia, you've got final stages. You got Australia, South Korea as expected, Japan and Iran actually going through, and then obviously North Korea played Saudi Arabia in the playoff, which North Korea won 1-0, and then there's intercontinental qualifiers after that, which we'll look more into in a second. Europe, England's section, let's see how we do. So Belgium qualified along with Italy, Germany, Sweden, Holland, Norway, Slovenia is interesting, Israel, Portugal, Slovakia, Greece. No, sorry, Portugal didn't make it. Israel won the group. Wow, they actually beat Portugal and Russia. That's different. Slovakia and Greece, England, bloody hell, 1-9, drew 1, if only. And then France and Spain. I actually think Portugal have not made it. No, they actually lost to Sweden. So Spain beat Croatia in playoffs, Greece beat Czech Republic on away goals, Sweden beat Portugal 5-1, and Slovenia actually beat Romania on away goals. So that's why Portugal didn't make it. North America, we've got So Mexico, USA and Costa Rica, pretty much expected. Honduras go into the continental qualifiers. We'll do South America. Oh no, we won't. We'll do Oceania. Bugger off. Oceania, we've got New Zealand, as you can see there. Don't know why I'm doing that. New Zealand were won their section quite easily, 6 out of 6. There is a few more qualifying rounds than that, to be fair, but I think it's kind of based on regional competitions as well and stuff. And then in South America, Uruguay, Argentina, Ecuador, Colombia, and then Paraguay went into the continental qualifiers. And the continental qualifiers were New Zealand against Honduras, Paraguay, North Korea. Paraguay beat North Korea 6-0 on aggregate, and Honduras beat New Zealand 2-1. So let's go and see the World. Keep bloody doing that. See the World Cup. See how it's been drawn out. So England in Group A, and that's not a nice group, to be fair. South Korea, Ghana, and Belgium. That's not that great a group, to be honest. Group B: Iran, Norway, Brazil, Tunisia, Honduras, Sweden, Nigeria, Argentina, Cameroon, USA, Colombia, Italy, Slovenia, Mexico, France, and Paraguay, Germany, Slovakia, Japan, Ecuador, Greece, Spain, Ivory Coast, Costa Rica, and then Uruguay, Australia, Israel, and Holland. Let's have a quick look at Group A. So England start off with South Korea, then Ghana, and end up with Belgium. I would say Belgium is probably the toughest qualifier they've got, and they've left it till last, which is probably a good thing. So let's just have a quick look at the squad here. I don't think this is a World Cup squad. Or actually, it looks like it might be. So we got Joe Hart, John Ruddy, and Forster with the keepers. Defenders is Walker, Smalling, Klein, Phil Jones, Jack Cork, Ashley Cole, Shawcross, and James Tompkins with Leighton Baines. Tompkins, that's weird. Midfield is Lampard, Rodwell, Wiltshire, Young, Lennon, Johnson, Cleverly, and then the strikers, I suppose you could class them as strikers, is Walcott, Welbeck, Sturridge, and Defoe. So mainly the team they start off with, apart from the fact I've just noticed Leighton Baines is actually at Paris Saint-Germain. I wonder how much are they buying for? 16.25. Yeah, it's not bad, I suppose. It's only worth 12 million now, but not too bad. We got Frank Lampard, who's only worth £210,000. Everyone else is in the millions, and he's worth only 210k, which seems a little weird, to be fair. I know he's 35, but still seems to be a bit extreme for him. He's actually left Chelsea. Chelsea have released him. Says I can actually sign him if I want. It's probably retiring, I expect. Maybe not. Interesting to see if anyone's interested in him at the end of the season. No, that's interesting. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let's just go and make the draw for our section of the playoffs. So just to recap, we got Alcayon, Atletico B, Gimnastica, Melilla, Sesto, Cadiz, Amareta, Guadalajara, Ontinyent, Sabadell, and Xerez. Obviously I would like to stay away from Guadalajara, Sabadell, and Xerez. I don't think I'd get Guadalajara or Atletico B, or oh no, that's it actually, just those two, because they're in my division. I'm not actually sure about that. So let's go through the draw then. So Atletico B have come out against Sabadell, Sesto, Xerez, Melilla, Gimnastica, me, Alcoyano, Amareta, Cadiz, and Ontinyent against Guadalajara. So to be fair, I'll take that. I've stayed away from Xerez and Sabadell, so that's not a bad draw, to be honest. As everyone hopefully remembers, the winner of these 6 games will be joined in the second round by the losers of these two games in a quarter-final section. The winners of that will then go through to the semis, and the two winners of those semi-finals will be promoted. And obviously last time I lost to Tenerife 3-2, I think it was, in the final, so hopefully we'll go one better and get to the final. I will do a playoff special video again and go through more of my team's stats this time, which obviously I haven't done this time round. I'll go through the obviously the playoffs and the team stats in the next video. So that is it for this one, guys. Leave some likes, leave some comments, let me know whether you reckon I'll get promoted or not, and then tune in next time for the playoff special of the Rags to Riches series with Rio Oviedo. So until then, guys, stay safe.